Step into the world of modern logging, where roaring machines cut, lift, and haul giant trees with brutal precision. Subscribe now and witness timber power in full force. Welcome to Woodpath channel. The Snellhout Clover roars to life with the warm sound of its gasoline engine, like a beating heart awakening raw power inside. The operator stands nearby, gently lifting the hydraulic lever, then pushing the rough log firmly toward the sharp splitting blade. This simple yet durable mechanism harnesses every ounce of force, driving the wood decisively and securely into steel. No complex conveyors or elaborate supports, just man, machine, and precise coordination. The log is pressed hard against the splitter blade, cracking and splitting in a clean break, accompanied by the faint whistle of sharp steel. The splitter runs smoothly and steadily, proving the power of a simple, robust design. The bright orange Multitech firewood processor stands out vividly in the expansive wood yard. The machine operates smoothly, creating a lively industrial scene. Logs are placed on the feed deck, gently pushed forward by the conveyor belt toward the sharp, fast-spinning circular saw blade. As soon as the blade contacts the log, a crisp cutting sound rings out, quickly splitting the wood into smaller, manageable sections. Then, a powerful hydraulic ram pushes these sections forward to the splitting wedge, where uniform firewood pieces are neatly separated and drop onto the wood conveyor. The entire process runs continuously with steady, uninterrupted operation. The gleaming orange surface of the machine reflects light, highlighting Multitech's modern design and high efficiency. Right next to a modest house in a quiet setting, the FP480FR firewood processor in bright green stands out like a vibrant engine of purpose. Though not massive in size, the machine radiates strength and reliability. A man stands beside it, confidently operating the control lever. Each log is fed onto the in-feed table, where the fast-spinning circular saw makes quick, clean cuts. Immediately afterward, a hydraulic ram pushes the cut section forward into a sharp splitting wedge, breaking it into uniform firewood pieces. The machine moves in a steady rhythm, cutting, pushing, splitting again and again, without pause. Sawdust drops below, while neatly split firewood is stacked nearby. In the calm surroundings, the hum of the engine and the crisp crack of splitting would become the soundtrack of hard-working simplicity. The two-tier wood splitter stands silently at the edge of the log yard, rugged, raw, and undeniably powerful. There's no advanced automation here, no modern operator cab, just pure mechanical force, ready to break down any log that comes its way. A man steps forward, carrying a heavy log in both hands. He places it onto the steel push bed, then steps back and grips the manual control lever. With one decisive pull, a hydraulic ram, like a steel fist, shoots forward, slamming the log directly into the waiting splitting blade. In an instant, the log is torn apart, split cleanly into multiple pieces. The cracking of wood rings out sharply, while the fragments fall neatly within the machine's steel frame. No need for high-speed motors, just a single, forceful stroke. Brutal, precise, and effective. This two-level splitter, though simple in design, stands as a testament to raw mechanical strength where man and metal work in perfect sync, turning solid timber into firewood with sheer force. Growy versus the giant oak, a struggle of power and precision. In the frame, the Growy machine stands before a massive challenge, a thick, heavy oak log, unyielding and full of resistance. The mechanical arm reaches out, clearly undersized for the task. It trembles slightly, struggling to lift and center the colossal timber. A man steps in, seasoned and steady. With practiced hands, he repositions the log, guiding it into place, adjusting angles, giving it the human touch machines still need. Then, with a single press, the hydraulic ram surges forward. A brutal push. The oak log shakes, and then crack. A thunderous sound of splitting wood pierces the air. The mighty oak yields, ripped clean in two. Both halves crash to the ground with force, dust and splinters rising like smoke from a battlefield. Growy pauses, its job done. In that moment, machine and man prove what they can do together, take on nature's toughest, and break it open with precision and brute force. The Thor log splitter represents a bold fusion of machine power and human strength. A semi-manual wood processor designed to handle massive, stubborn logs using both mechanical advantage and skilled hands. At one end of the unit, a fixed splitting blade stands firmly in place, ready to receive each heavy timber. But on the opposite end, there is no automatic piston. Instead, there's a long lever arm, designed for the operator to manually lift and press down, transferring their body weight and force directly onto the wood. As the worker brings the lever down, the log is forced against the wedge, and with a cracking sound, it begins to split slowly but firmly. Each motion is a blend of human control and mechanical assistance. Not fast, but deliberate and effective. The Thor splitter isn't built for high-speed production lines. It's built for those who value control, precision, and adaptability, especially when dealing with oversized or irregular logs that require more finesse than brute automation.
What's great about it, that I like so far, is that it's very balanced, so you're not twisting your spine, and the motion is very nice. But also, it's aerobic. You can see, you can move the head to one side and press the spring down, and that stores energy in the spring. And then you push it up, and so you're using your leg muscles and your core muscles a lot more. Because there's some play in the hinge, you can aim it a little bit. So you don't have to have the wood in exactly the right position. But you have to be a little careful that it doesn't bonk you, because it is on a spring.
Let's go get the chicken nipples. A really good tool for two people to use together. One person could set the wood in, and the other person could just sit here and work it up and down like that, and do a lot of chopping very fast. Do you think that would scare you? So now I'm going to do a much harder one, just show you that there is a limit to, so this one, zoom in on this one and see that it is a crotch in the tree.
Fendu's Binderberger 40 Tion, a towering hydraulic monster, standing firm and silent in the middle of the log yard like a steel warrior awaiting orders. The ground beneath it hums faintly. No engine roar, no flashing lights. Only the cross-shaped splitting blade, still and gleaming, waiting for the command to strike. The man approaches in a work coat dusted with sawdust and resin. He pauses, inspecting the log, a thick, freshly cut round, heavy and dense, its sap still glistening along the grain. With sharp, practiced eyes, he places the log onto the splitter bed, hands adjusting its position like a blacksmith preparing metal on the anvil. He pulls the lever. In an instant, the massive hydraulic ram surges forward with unstoppable force, a blast of metal fury. With 40 tons of pressure, it slams the log into the blade. A sharp, echoing crack explodes through the air. The log splits not just in two, but into 4 or 8 precise pieces, depending on the wedge configuration. Wood fibers burst apart, surfaces smooth and sharp, and a thin mist of steam and resin rises from the fresh cut like ghostly smoke. No time is wasted. The woman beside him, equally focused, equally essential, quickly grabs the fragmented pieces, adjusts the partially split sections, and starts loading them onto a rolling cart. Her forehead glistens with sweat, but her movements are fluid, rhythmic, a choreographed dance in this symphony of steel. The whole system moves with the discipline of an industrial war machine, not hurried, but never hesitating. Each pull of the lever unleashes another wave of raw energy. Every cycle is a heartbeat of mechanical might. And then, the next log is rolled into place. Another sequence begins. In the dim glow of late afternoon, amid the crack of wood, the hiss of hydraulics, and the rumble of cart wheels on concrete, the Binderberger 40-ton is no longer just a machine. It is strength made tangible, the embodiment of labor, and a tribute to precision through metal. At a lumber yard filled with large logs, the superbuilt firewood processor is running with remarkable power and precision. With its modern design, bold color, and advanced hydraulic system, it performs like an industrial-grade machine built for relentless wood splitting. Logs are loaded onto the feed tray, where an automated mechanical arm clamps onto the log and pushes it toward the saw blade. The blade drops swiftly and cleanly, slicing through the wood in an instant. Right after the cut, the hydraulic ram drives the log piece into the splitting wedge, which can be star-shaped or multi-blade depending on the setup. In just a second, the large log is transformed into multiple small, evenly sized firewood pieces. This process repeats continuously without pause. The finished wood is pushed out onto a conveyor belt, while sawdust and small debris fall into a lower collection bin, keeping the workspace clean and efficient. Split_fire 4409, a powerful, decisive wood splitter. The split_fire 4409, painted in bright red, stands tall amidst a pile of firewood. Its hydraulic arm swiftly lifts the log onto a sturdy platform, ready for a precise split. The thick, sharp steel splitting wedge descends, pressing the log with force. The crackling sound echoes with every split as the tough trunk is cleaved in two, then quickly broken down into perfectly sized firewood pieces. The machine runs smoothly yet powerfully, transforming rough logs into flawless firewood chunks, ready for the fireplace or stove. Palex KS43S 720. With the auxiliary splitting blade attached, speed and precision are taken to a whole new level. Pre-cut logs are fed into the machine. Once the additional splitting blade is locked into place at the end of the ram, the entire system awakens with renewed force. The sharp, multi-blade splitter doesn't just have the logs, it divides them into neat, smaller pieces with remarkable speed. A log is placed onto the bed, and the blade is activated. Boom. One clean stroke, and the solid log is instantly split into 4 or even 6 uniform sections, dropping below like a perfectly choreographed move. The pieces are compact, ideal for stacking, packaging, or burning. The upgrade is simple, just an extra blade, but the efficiency boost is massive. The Palex KS43S 720 becomes more than a splitter. It's a log optimization machine. A large-scale log splitter, purpose-built for 4 simultaneous operators, forms a synchronized and efficient wood processing line. The machine is open from 4 sides, with each operator managing a specific control station, working in perfect harmony, like interlocking gears within a massive industrial engine. Massive logs are fed in from multiple directions. The combination of razor-sharp splitting blades and powerful hydraulic pushers quickly and cleanly breaks the logs down into smaller, uniform pieces. The sound of splitting wood echoes from all sides, blending with the steady hum of machinery and coordinated movements into a vibrant industrial rhythm. Splitting actions occur smoothly and safely, with each operator playing a vital role in maintaining the continuous flow. From every angle, large logs are systematically transformed into finished firewood, ready for storage or loading. The woodbine log splitter hums steadily in the busy lumber yard. The air is filled with a mix of engine sounds and the crisp crack of splitting wood. A man sits beside the machine, calmly operating the hydraulic controls, his eyes fixed on each log that enters the system. Each log is guided onto the splitter's bed, carefully aligned before the steel blade drives down. The wedge slices cleanly through the timber, producing uniform firewood pieces in seconds. Once split, the finished wood falls directly onto the rear conveyor belt, moving along smoothly and without pause. The conveyor extends all the way to the edge of the yard, where a waiting truck stands ready to receive the processed load. One by one, the pieces slide into the truck bed, stacking neatly into a growing pile, a testament to the system's efficiency and precision. At a small wood yard bathed in late afternoon sunlight, a homemade log splitter and wood brusher machine works diligently. Though rustic in appearance, the machine is solidly built and combines two functions: splitting logs and brushing wood surfaces using a rotating drum or bristle mechanism. With a firm pull on the control lever, the operator activates the entire system. The hydraulic push drives the log hard into the horizontal splitting blade, cracking the wood cleanly in half. The split pieces are then fed into the brushing unit, where bark, dust, and debris are quickly swept away, revealing clean, smooth wood. The air fills with a blend of engine hum, cracking wood, and the steady whirl of the brushing drum, a vivid scene of handmade machinery at work in a lively, practical lumber yard. The Cord King wood processor, equipped with an 18-way box wedge, stands motionless in the yard, painted in a striking green, calm yet unmistakably powerful. It doesn't move much, nor does it need to. Its purpose is singular and clear: split wood, and it does that job with speed and surgical precision. Inside a sealed operator cabin, a man sits focused at the controls. His hands move the levers with the steady confidence of experience. Logs are fed into the cutting position, and with one clean sweep of the saw, a sharp sound echoes as steel slices through timber. The freshly cut section is immediately pushed into the 18-way box wedge, a block of steel blades arranged in a grid pattern. In a heartbeat, the log bursts into neat, uniform firewood pieces. As soon as the split is complete, the firewood is guided onto a conveyor belt, a dedicated outfeed system that transports the finished product away from the processor, ready for bundling, stacking, or shipping. The operation moves in a constant rhythm: cut, split, deliver, all in seamless succession, forming a self-contained production line in the heart of the outdoors. Ford King is more than a machine. It's a demonstration of controlled power, where modern engineering meets human precision to transform raw logs into usable firewood with remarkable efficiency. This is the Gens 820 wood chipper, a powerful and efficient machine designed for large-scale wood processing. Watch as it effortlessly grabs massive logs and feeds them into the chipper's wide hopper. The internal drum mechanism quickly turns the wood into fine chips, ready for biomass energy or mulch production. The robust hydraulic crane ensures steady, continuous operation, while the noise and power of the machine draw the attention of onlookers. This model is now available for sale, ideal for forestry businesses, contractors, and anyone in need of serious chipping capability. The wood chipper works tirelessly, a roaring mechanical beast devouring massive logs and reducing them to fine wooden fragments. Sharp, dry chips are blasted out from the high-pressure discharge chute, spiraling through the air before landing in the truck's rear container. The growl of the engine blends with the rhythmic clatter of wood, forming an industrial symphony amidst the forest's edge. Inside the truck bed, the chips pile up like golden waves, rising higher with every steady burst. It's a scene of raw power and precision, a striking display of how modern engineering harnesses the force of nature. Before us is the high-capacity wood chipper Bandit 21XP, one of the leading machines in the wood processing industry. It features a wide feed opening, allowing it to handle large logs with diameters over 21 inches. A powerful hydraulic steel arm grips and feeds the log into the chipper drum. Inside, a high-speed rotating drum equipped with blades quickly pulverizes the logs into wood chips. The shredded wood chips are expelled through the discharge chute, ready for transport or recycling. With its robust build, easy operation, and continuous performance, the Bandit 21XP is an ideal choice for logging companies, green waste processors, and urban tree services. This is power and efficiency at your fingertips. The Bandit 21XP, your partner in every green project. Amidst a landscape blanketed in snow and bitten by icy winds, the Heizohack HM 8 to 500K wood chipper grinds on relentlessly, growling through the bitter cold. Wet, Slippery logs are lifted and fed into the intake, their surfaces frozen stiff. Inside the chipper, the grinding drum spins steadily, its frozen sharp blades slicing through the hardened timber. Each burst of shredded wood sprays out into the snow-laden air, blending with swirling flakes and the thunder of the engine echoing through the winter forest. This isn't just labor, it's a battle of endurance where man and machine work side by side against the unforgiving force of nature. This is Big Bear, a true beast in the wood chipping world. Built for heavy-duty work, it chews through thick logs, tangled branches, and stubborn stumps with brutal force. Watch as it devours tree after tree, turning them into clean, uniform wood chips in seconds. With its powerful engine and aggressive feed system, Big Bear is made for tough jobs and nonstop performance. When power meets reliability, Big Bear leads the way. The CBI 6800 CT horizontal grinder, a powerful industrial grinder, is operating deep within the forest as part of a biomass production line. Massive steel arms reach out like mechanical limbs, grabbing logs from the forest floor, stacking them into piles, and feeding them one by one into the grinder. As the logs enter, the machine's robust grinding system rapidly breaks them down into fine wood chips. These wood chips are then transferred directly into a large nearby truck, ready to be transported for further processing into biomass products such as wood pellets or renewable fuel. Petzolato PTH 40.70M, a self-propelled wood chipper that redefines efficiency and mobility. With its compact yet powerful design, this red machine moves directly to the worksite. No need for transport trailers. The hydraulic grapple arm lifts and feeds logs into the powerful chipping unit with smooth, precise motion. Inside, high-speed rotating blades shred the timber into fine wood chips, which are then ejected in a steady stream. Every stage, from grabbing to chipping and discharging, is fully automated, maximizing performance while minimizing manual labor. Agile, powerful, and efficient, the Petzolato PTH 40.70M stands at the forefront of modern forestry technology. Equipped with a high-torque engine and industrial-grade cutting system, the Bandit handles logs, limbs, stumps, and even whole trees with ease. Its aggressive feed rollers pull in material with no hesitation, while the heavy-duty chipper drum slices through it like a knife through butter. Whether used in land clearing, logging operations, or biomass processing, Bandit machines are built to perform in the toughest environments. They're fast, reliable, and incredibly powerful. When productivity matters, professionals trust one named Bandit.